Alright, welcome to the Royal Variations mod for Minecraft. This add-on is basically a mod that adds royal mobs, which also add quite a bit of difficulty to the mod or Minecraft world. So how can we get it? Well, it's pretty simple. Just search for Royal Variations. As you can see, it has 4 million users. It was created a year ago and updated 17 days ago. Now we'll go to Files, select Forge, all types of versions. We'll go to 120.1, click the three dots and get file. We can also select, of course, other software and other versions. We'll go to Windows plus R, type app data roaming.minecraft and save it in the mods folder. As you can see, it also needs the Curios mod, so I recommend you get it, okay? They also recommend just enough effect descriptions and just enough items, which I already had. So yeah, make sure all the versions match up. Everything should be the same. Important note, in the config file we can adjust mob spawning. And this mod adds basically new mechanics, unique drops, challenges and more without overloading the game with complex systems, okay? Plus, as you can see, it adds tons of items and even new armor, so pretty interesting stuff. Alright, how do we find the Royal Zombie in Minecraft Royal Variations? Well, first off, this guy has 60 health and 5 armor points. He's a pretty tough mob. The sun burns him. He's been dropping spiritual crown shards and stuff for us here. And basically, well, he's known for his reddish outfit, his royal staff, and he always spawns with 2 regular zombies, okay? And basically, when he spots a target, he transforms nearby zombies into knights, equipping them with a royal knight helmet. Let's see if that's true. Let's head down here and there's the royal zombie. I'll switch to survival and there he is. There he's equipped them, as you can see, giving them almost 7 or 6.5 armor, okay? We need 3 crits just to take down the zombies. We're talking about a pretty strong mob, okay? With really good drops though. There we go. From that gold he drops, we can even get the spiritual crown. Crown, sorry. Craft the smithing template. Well, I mean, we've got everything. Let's go. And to find him, well, he spawns at night. That's pretty much it. Alright, how the chosen victim effect works. If the royal zombie hits us, as you can see, we'll have this chosen victim effect for 17 seconds. Basically, this effect makes us the priority target for all nearby undead monsters, okay? So any creature nearby is going to come after us to attack. Plus, it increases the movement speed and attack speed of the undead chasing you, obviously making everything super dangerous all of a sudden. So with just one hit, you'll have creatures running at you much faster for 20 seconds, which isn't very fun. Alright, how do we get the royal staff in Minecraft Royal Variations? Well, basically this item is a unique drop from the royal zombie when it dies, okay? Let's see if we get lucky. No, it's pretty rare. Its main function is to grant the royal blessing, okay? Which is a key tool for boosting combat abilities for both the player and allied entities. Basically, this effect increases my speed and all creatures under my control by 5%, 15% attack speed, plus 3.5 damage and 5 armor. These stats get doubled for entities like pets and others under my control. So imagine how powerful we're going to be. Okay? We're talking about this dealing 5 damage right now. Okay? Deals 5, which means I'll take off 2.5. If I spawn a cow now and use the royal blessing, when I hit it, I take 4 health. Well, if I pull out the sword now, okay, that's a whole different story. Obviously, I think we can have one on each side, okay? And activate the royal staff and keep attacking, okay? You can do that too. So, yeah, just some things to keep in mind, alright? Alright, how do you get the royal knight helmet? Well, basically in the Royal Variations mod, we have this helmet that gives us 2.5 armor toughness and 4 armor, and it drops from zombies that have been transformed by a royal zombie. And if I switch to survival, you'll see it transforms nearby zombies into this type that wear this helmet, okay? So these zombies have a chance to drop. As you see there, it says 90 fortitude, that's the effect. And basically there's a 10% chance of getting the royal armor fragments, excuse me. And then with the royal armor fragments, chainmail armor and a smiting template, which you can also get with the spiritual crown, which is crafted with spiritual crown shards that drop from the zombie boss himself, okay? The royal zombie himself drops it. So we could make the armor, well, all the armor pieces really, right? Because if everything costs the same, yes, all the royal armor pieces. So there you have it. Alright, so how do we find the royal skeleton? A mob with 45 health and 6 armor points. Right here, just by pure chance, it dropped the royal bones. Okay, so this unlocks quite a few crafting recipes, like the royal bow itself, royal arrows, and more. So basically, this royal skeleton stands out with its golden accessories, the royal bow and crown on top, and also its 45 health points. It shoots faster, hits harder, and has more knockback. It moves quickly, and when it spots you, it buffs nearby skeletons by enchanting their bows with power 2. So you can see it. Let me grab some skeletons here. I'll go into survival for a sec. And there, see, it enchants their bows with power 2. Does that mean if you kill these skeletons, you have a chance to get a power 2 bow? Honestly, I have no idea. The mod creator doesn't specify, but it's possible. At least it would make sense. Though we all know Minecraft isn't exactly a game that makes sense, but there you have it. Alright, how do you get the royal bone? Well, basically it's an item that possibly drops after defeating the royal skeleton, okay? And if we defeat the royal skeleton, okay, it's going to drop the royal bone. There we have it. Okay, important things about the skeleton. This skeleton, basically when you attack it, it can jump back and throw a net at you. This net will immobilize you, and if you're fast, you can break the net by hitting it with a sword. Okay? Let's try it out. See if it shoots the net at me. Theoretically, when we hit it, right? As you can see, its arrows hit pretty hard. Then it also gives us the marked effect, which basically means that after taking one of its arrows, it reduces my attack damage and movement speed by 10% and my armor by 25%. Plus it makes us invisible through walls. Through walls and turns us into a priority target for monsters in a much wider range. As you see, there's the net, okay? We can break it, okay? Which is what I wanted to show you. As you see, they're tough enemies, okay? I'm obviously messing around, but they're pretty tough enemies, honestly. There's the net. Watch out for the net. Let's see if I can get it. Alright, one down. And the other one too. Nothing. Well, they're tough, but not that bad, eh? But anyway, we're already seeing they have a power 3, a power 4. And there we'd have the royal bones, okay? This item that's going to unlock other crafting options. Right, so how do we craft the royal bow? For this bow, we need to combine 2 royal bones, a stick, and 3 strings. It has greater durability and a high enchantment rate, and reaches its max potential when used with royal arrows, which drop from the royal skeleton. Plus, when you defeat the royal skeleton, it almost always drops its bow, okay? In this case, obviously, it had to go wrong for me, but I've defeated 4 and 2 dropped their bow, so this one should too. And, well, nothing. A 5th one. Let's see if I'm lucky, and you'll give it to me, right? Well, nothing. So you can see the bows I got. One's breaking 3, power 4, flame, and the other's power 3 and punch. I mean, we're talking really strong bows here. Look, it just took 30 health off him. Oh, by the way, it also applies the wither effect, okay? Which means I could theoretically see him through walls and not much else because other mobs aren't really gonna go after him, okay? But if they were players, or if it were a mob that other monsters can attack, well, many nearby mobs would go after it, okay? At a higher rate. What can this be used for? Well, for example, between hoglins and piglins, it can work with an iron golem if we're trying to defeat an iron golem. I don't know, honestly, it doesn't have many uses, but also this effect, apart from that, reduces our attack damage. It reduces the user's attack damage, movement speed by 10%, and their armor by 25%, so it's pretty good. Obviously, the mark effect is only obtained with the royal arrows, okay? Otherwise, you won't have it. So there you have it. The royal arrows are crafted. If we want, with 8 arrows and royal bone meal, which you can get with the royal bone, so that's pretty good. Or arrows and gold nuggets, okay? If we have infinity bar effect, / enchant, let's say give. Now, how does it go? Infinity, there it is. Okay, if we have infinity, I switch to survival, the arrows still get used up, okay? So you have to keep that in mind. They actually look brutal, huh? Keep this in mind because the arrows get used up. They're going to keep getting used up anyway. And that's it. There we have it. Alright, how can we get the royal arrow? Well, basically these arrows deal more damage and knockback, and you can craft them by combining arrows with gold nuggets, okay? 2 arrows and 3 gold nuggets, or by surrounding arrows with royal bone meal using the royal bone. It's also a specific drop from the royal skeleton that can give us this type of arrow, okay? Well, it will give us some. So if we make a mob farm, we're going to get this item, okay? And yeah, these arrows, as you can see, have greater knockback and apply the marked effect to enemies, which basically reduces their speed by 10%, reduces attack speed, and also makes them take 25% more damage by reducing their armor by 25%, okay? So yeah, pretty strong these. Alright, here we have the royal bone meal, which you basically get from the royal bone. So basically, how does it work? Well, it has a much larger area of effect. The creator says it's 3 by 3, but that's not actually true, okay? And it makes things grow, well, maybe in a village. Let's see, village. Let's go to a village where the crops haven't grown yet, please. Alright, there aren't even any crops here, dude. Okay, this will work for me. Theoretically, it grows in a 3 by 3 area, which means if I use it on this one, yes, it makes the others grow in a 3 by 3 pattern. Oh yeah, it actually works, okay? So that would be one of its functions. And also, the royal bone can be used to tame wolves, okay? I didn't mention that before, but there you have it. Alright, how do you find the royal creeper? Well, basically, you can identify it by its majestic cape, crown, and bright yellow eyes. It's faster than a normal creeper, but takes longer to explode, okay? You'll see it approaches me a bit faster, but at the same time takes a bit longer to explode. Once the fuse starts, as you've seen, it doesn't stop, okay? Let's test if we can block it with a block, just like a normal creeper, okay? Let's see if it gets close there, and if it explodes and that takes away. Should take 1 heart from me, yep. And there, it gives me the dazed effect. It can be charged by lightning, and when it dies, if we manage to defeat it, it usually drops royal gunpowder. Let's see, and there we have it, royal gunpowder. Alright, how does the time bomb effect work? Well, basically, the royal creeper applies this effect to nearby monsters around the player. So let's spawn some other creepers, for example. Let's see. There it is, okay? It puts this clock on their head, and what does that mean or imply? Well, basically, it generates a damaging explosion after a 4.2-second delay, and the explosion doesn't destroy terrain or anything, doesn't damage the entity that created it, but it stuns the player, okay? Which allows the creeper to get closer. Also, the dazed effect, which you saw earlier when we took the explosion, is basically an effect we get when we take the royal creeper's explosion or the royal bombs, okay? And it stuns entities that survive by reducing their movement speed and attack damage by 60%, severely weakening their combat capabilities, obviously, right? So there you have it. Alright, how do you get royal gunpowder? Well, royal gunpowder can't be crafted. It's a drop you get from defeating the royal creeper. It's basically a key ingredient, along with gold ingots and gold nuggets for crafting the royal bomb. So yeah, that's how you obtain this item. Alright, how do you craft and use the royal bomb? Well, basically the royal bomb is made by combining gold nuggets, 1 royal bomb power, and gold. Honestly, it's a pretty simple recipe for a bomb. And basically it's a heavy projectile that detonates shortly after landing. It creates a powerful explosion that applies the daze effect and drops all destroyed blocks similar to TNT. The daze effect means they get stunned, okay? There, as you can see, wow, what an explosion from just 1 royal gunpowder. I mean, look, we throw it there, it stays completely still, doesn't even bounce, and there's all the drops. Wow, well, I think there's a cooldown, yeah. There's a cooldown, but it seems a bit overpowered, eh? Look, 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 look. Wow, this is fun, eh? It's fun, eh? I wish Minecraft had... Well, maybe not, eh? Maybe... I hope. Hopefully not actually. I've got enough problems with TNT without adding this. Setting up a server is, well, horrible. But hey, it'd be fun though. I'd be the type to buy 40 of these and let everyone enjoy them. Plus, as you can see, it takes quite a bit of health, okay? I'm not really paying attention, but let me find a villager here at full health. This one's at full health. Let's place the TNT there and see what happens. Nothing, just going to sleep. Just going to sleep. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Well, nothing. Let's see the max range on this thing, and it can explode midair. Throwing it there. Nothing. It's got quite a drop, huh? It's got quite a drop. Wow, well, I actually liked it, honestly. I quite like this item. There we have it. Alright, how do you get the Royal Ender Pearl? Well, the Royal Ender Pearl can't be crafted. You get it by defeating the Royal Enderman. Basically, we can use it to teleport without taking damage, and it creates a magical shockwave on arrival that damages and slows nearby mobs, okay? let's defeat the Royal Enderman here, and as you can see, it drops normal Ender Pearls and stuff. Important question, can we switch between different Ender Pearls if we have multiple cooldowns, right? But the Ender Pearl gets used up, unfortunately. So yeah, there you have it. Alright, how do we craft the Spectral Growth? Basically, it's crafted using a Royal Ender Pearl, 3 Phantom Membranes, and 2 Gold Ingots. And it's basically a hand trinket that gives you 2 extra blocks of reach. We can equip it there with curios, and it gives us plus 2 reach, okay? I mean, right now I can mine that block, see? I'm mining it. If I take off the hand slot now, I can't mine it anymore, okay? I don't know if I can put it somewhere else. Does it work here too? So there you have it, plus 2 reach, and it says attacks have a 15% chance to drop a Royal Anvil. That's pretty interesting because 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, that's already 60%, 75, 90, 100. Come on, a Royal Anvil, right? If I spam, they drop like crazy, right? Or what? Or does it have a cooldown? Looks like it has a cooldown, huh? Look, there it is. Pretty interesting, huh? Pretty interesting. I like it. Alright, how do you get the Spectral Crown Shard? Basically, this fragment drops periodically from any royal mob, whether it's royal zombies, okay, these ones here, royal skeletons, royal endermen, or royal creepers. They all have a chance to drop these Spectral Crown Shards, which you use to craft the Spectral Crown. It basically says, right-click any mob to transform it into a royal variant, if it has one, of course. And then if you go to utilities, you can use it to craft the royal upgrade, which lets you get the best armor in the game. So there you have it. Y muy bien, para terminar de explicar de cómo conseguir los Royal Armor Fragments, y es que básicamente estos fragmentos caen periódicamente de monstruos reales con un 10% de... Bueno, monstruos reales es básicamente el Royal Enderman, el Royal Creeper, el Royal Zombie y el Royal Skeleton. Tiene un 10% de dropearnos este ítem, que los dropean de forma periódica, o tenemos un 10% de probabilidad de los zombies con el casco que nos lo den, ¿vale? Y es que, como veis, el boss, este boss, ¿vale? Cuando tiene zombies cerca, los transforma en zombies con casco y esos zombies tienen un 10% de probabilidad, ¿vale? Entonces, ¿para qué nos sirve? Pues ya sea para reparar la armadura de caballero real o para craftearla, ¿vale? Y así tendría la armadura máxima. Ya lo había explicado, pero por si alguien se lo había perdido. Así que nada, con esto he cubierto todo el mod. Un mod, como siempre, mods bastante recientes, mods bastante pequeños, pero que a la misma vez caben en cualquier modpack, caben en cualquier mundo, realmente los puedes integrar y es una pequeña sorpresa. A ver, no he comentado mucho sobre la armadura, y es muy fuerte, si no. Tiene 2.5, tiene 10 puntos de Armor Toughness en total, si eso contesta vuestra pregunta, pues ahí tenéis. Tiene 5, 4 y medio de armadura, tal. Y, a ver, medio. Vale, básicamente tendríamos 11 puntos, bueno, 11 puntos no, en serio. O sea, cada punto de armadura son 2. Cada slot de armadura son 2 y hay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pues tendríamos 22 puntos de armadura, ¿vale? Con esta armadura. Cuando con la de Nerite tenemos 10 y además simplemente nos agrega el Armor Toughness. Y esta de Armor Toughness vamos sobrados, o sea, no nos va a empujar nadie, ¿vale? Así que nada, es una forma además adicional de tener un mejor staff. Desconozco de si el Royal Enderman únicamente spawnea en el End, que puede ser, y tendría sentido para desbloquear el último staff, el staff final. Tendría bastante sentido. Aún así, creo que no lo necesitamos. O sea que tampoco tiene mucho sentido lo que acabo de decir. Así que nada, ahí lo tenéis. Un mod como siempre, bueno, un mod simple que me gustó, me llamó la atención. Y decirme vosotros qué opináis sobre el mod. Espero que os haya gustado y nos vemos en futuros vídeos. Chao. Alright, so how do we find the Royal Enderman? One of the most mythical mobs, and I'd say in this mod. And basically, the Royal Enderman is a rarer variant, considered a mini-boss with a striking appearance. 3 floating golden eyes. The hitbox, I think, is exactly the same, or maybe even 1 block taller, huh? I don't know. 1, 2, nope, same thing, 3 blocks. What happens is, with all the eyes, it looks taller, honestly. Pretty intimidating, and basically looking at it or attacking it causes temporary blindness and enrages nearby Endermen. It can drop Royal Ender Pearls. I'm going to look at him. There he is, okay? Now, where does this thing spawn? Well, the mod creator doesn't specify, so I'm going to take a shot at it. But basically, I understand it'll spawn wherever Enderman can spawn, meaning in the end, it can appear in the Crimson Forest, in the Nether, it can appear in the Overworld super randomly, okay? Super momentary. Well, it also gives us the heaviness of the end effect, which is basically applied by teleport attacks, okay? And the Royal Enderman's anvils, when he teleports, it's like he does like an attack effect there. Basically, it slows the player down by 40%. Look there, he just hit me with it. Heaviness of the end. That's the anvil, huh? That's the anvil. Oh, no, this is the heaviness of the end. Yeah, what a hit, huh? Yeah, oh my god. Oh my god, it took all my health. Hey, I can't teleport? Okay, so there we have it. That's what it does. And then it also has the Spectral anvil. Okay, so when the Royal Enderman has less than 80% health, he summons these anvils above your head. From what I'm seeing, he's summoning them way earlier now. He's below 80% health now. Let's see. But no matter how far I back up, it keeps hitting me with that, okay? I'm backing up. Look, you can back away, but damn, fighting this thing isn't much fun. So the classic tactic of doing that is valid against this thing, or it's going to wreck you. Because seeing what we just saw with that area attack, we're not going to do much, right? Unless if it lands on top, I'm going to test it. If it lands on top, we're safe. Nope, one just landed on me and it wrecked me. Forget it. Well, there you have it. Alright, how do we craft the Royal Telelocator, sorry? And basically, what does it do? Well, it requires a Royal Ender Pearl, a compass, 4 gold ingots, 2 gold nuggets, and a Royal Bone. Or we can just take an empty Royal Telelocator and the Royal Ender Pearl. I don't know where you get this from. I don't know if a mob drops it or you find it in a chest while looting, but if you can't craft it, there aren't many other options. And basically what it does is we set a coordinate, for example, right here. As you can see, now it's glowing, and if I hold right click, I'll hold it, it teleports me, and there it empties. Okay, that's why we have the empty version, right? And to refill it with an Ender Pearl. Okay, with a Royal Ender Pearl. So super important, super useful for getting back home. What I'm going to test now is I'll set, for example, this door and we'll do /fill nether portal, okay? We're going to the nether and let's see if it teleports me between dimensions. And you can see it says no, so there you have it. It doesn't work between dimensions, sorry.